The reason why you're not committed in your marriage is because you do not know that much more is expected of you. Many persons miss it in the transitioning phase. I mean, transitioning from singlehood to marriage. They miss it because they do not carry the consciousness that much more is expected. The Bible in Luke 12:48 speaking says that to whom much is given, much is expected. Auntie, sir, much is expected in your home. I know you lived a single life and you had your life. Now you've come to have a life together with another person. I'm talking to both persons, much more in responsibility, much more in accountability, much more in faithfulness, much more in conscious awareness. So let's talk much more in responsibility. While you were single, you had your life, you went out with so many friends, you had so many friends here and there, you lived your single life. Friday boys times out, Saturday girl time out, you had your life. But now that you're married, responsibility is demanded. In fact, much more responsibility is demanded. You can no longer eat and just feel that the plate will be kept till the next day before it is being watched. You can no longer stay out till 10 p.m., 1 a.m. and feel, okay, I can just come back home. No, a new life has begun. Much more has been entrusted in your hand. So you need to give in that consciousness. You need to give in your home much more that is demanded of it. Cut off from the friends you need to cut off. It's very important. If these friends are not making impact as a married person now, cut off from them because much more is demanded. Yes, they'll be angry, but you have a new life now and much more is demanded of it. Let's talk accountability. You need to be accountable to each other. You've upgraded. I know that when you were single, they had no business with your bank account. They might even have no business with some of your private life. But now it is important that you infuse all of these things together and let the person know. Transparency is key in marriage. So you have to be accountable to each other. Accountable with your space, accountable with your private information, accountable with your phones. Some of you are still hiding your phones in marriage. You're using a password that your spouse does not know. What are you hiding? Much more is expected. The truth is, you're not supposed to have another bestie outside your spouse. If there is anything anybody should know first, it should be your spouse. That is how to be accountable. Much more in faithfulness. You have to be faithful in calling. You have to be faithful in caring. You have to be faithful in looking out for each other. You have to be faithful in how you want to grow your home. This is how much is expected of you in marriage. Conscious awareness in a home is very important. Some of you have left your parents' house to come and build your home, and yet you're not consciously aware. You're not consciously aware of what is happening around you. You don't even have a prayer altar. You're not setting things in place. You don't have rules and regulation. All of this thing is expected of you to build a home. Stop giving your spouse the single vibes. You are now married. Much more is expected. Don't feel, okay, there is nothing for me to do at home, so there is no need going back home. Go back home, sir. Just go and sit down there and be looking at her. Oh, don't say this marriage is boring. I miss my single days. Can I have 2 weeks off and go out and do some vacation with my girls? No, ma. No, ma. A new assignment has been given. You have to stay in the plan. You have to know the plan. You have to know the structure and how to build this home. These are the sacrifices you're going to be laying down because much more is expected of you in your marriage. Don't say this is not my duty and I'm not supposed to be doing this. God expects much more to love your husband. God expects much more to submit to him. God expects much more to know how to love your wife. God expects much more to know how to honor your wife. I'm praying for you. I hope this has blessed you. It is too late for your marriage to fail. Put your act together. Put yourself together. Marriage is a bed of sacrifice. I know your marriage will not fail. God bless you.